Hi everyone, this revision video is an online pre-exam for Edexcel's GCSE Buddhism paper. As you can see, it's part 1. There will be a part 2 following shortly. The first thing I want to say to you is this: you can do this, you really can. I absolutely believe that, and I want you to believe that too. What does this word mean? Who can remember it from the assembly? It is a phrase chanted out in worship or meditation. Om Mani Padme Hum. That's an example of a Buddhist mantra. It's something Buddhists say to themselves over and over again to train their minds into a particular way of thinking. We all have mantras in the sense that we all have things that we say to ourselves again and again and again. I want this to be your mantra for this exam. I can do this. As you sit down to your revision, I can do this. As you go into the exam room, I can do this. As you read through the exam paper, I can do this. As your pen hits the paper, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. And here's how. Okay, the exam timing, something very, very important to get right. The exam begins at 9 AM. There are 4 units. By 9:20 you should be coming to the end of Unit 1. By 9:40 you should be coming to the end of Unit 2. By 10 o'clock you should be nearing the end of Unit 3. By 10:25, I've given you an extra 5 minutes because you might be getting tired, you should be coming to the end of Unit 4. That gives you 5 minutes left to read through your answers. Please use every single minute available to you in that exam room. You know, it's so crucial not to waste any moment. Look for spelling mistakes. Look for grammatical errors. Have you put a capital letter where you need to? That sort of thing will help you gain marks. Could be the difference between one grade and another. This, as you know, is what the paper actually looks like. The 2 most important words here, either or. You either do the question above the line or you do the question below the line. Do not pick and choose. You cannot do that. Either question 1 or question 2. And for the other units, again, you decide, am I going to do the question above the line or below the line? By choosing question 1, that doesn't commit you to any other, doesn't commit you to question 3 or question 5 as somebody worried. You make a decision on each question's merits, and you make that decision based on the C and the D question and how confident you feel. So compare the two. Which am I more confident to answer? Which do I think I'm going to get a better mark on? Explain why morality is important for Buddhists, or explain why the Sangha is important in Buddhism. For the purposes of this exam video, we're going to go for question 1. Now, when you open up the paper, it will say something like this, and you need to make sure that you read the instructions carefully and tick the right box, or rather put a cross in that box. Now, if you look at underneath here where it says write your answer, you've been given 3 lines to write an answer. Let's look at the question 1A. It's what is prajna? The answer is wisdom. You've been given 3 lines. You only need to write 1 word. Yeah, wisdom is a correct definition, 2 out of 2. Little tick there, right. The next question is a B question, and I want to show you how to structure a B answer. It says give 2 reasons for your point of view. So we're going to look at that now. So the exam paper, the booklet, will give you 15 lines to write on. You can use all of that. You don't necessarily need to. Don't feel obliged to kind of completely fill it up. What you do need to do is give 2 developed reasons for your point of view. So do you think the wheel of existence helps you to understand life? It's asking for your opinion. Give 2 reasons for your point of view. That, by the way, is the wheel of existence. Okay, that's what it looks like. If you're looking at that and thinking, I've never seen that before, then please, please, please watch the 2 revision videos on that topic, which are on this YouTube channel. Here is a developed answer. Okay, a developed reason. No, it does not, because the wheel of existence is only important to Buddhists. I am not a Buddhist and I do not believe in reincarnation. The wheel of existence is basically a diagram for reincarnation. I do not believe, therefore, that the wheel of existence has any truth to it. That is a developed reason. If you just used the first sentence, that would be a simple reason. Another reason I do not think the wheel of existence helped me to understand life is it shows 6 realms of existence. Whilst the human and animal realm do exist, there is no scientific reason for believing that any of the other realms, such as the hell realm, exist. That's 2 developed reasons, 4 out of 4. Give that a little tick, and let's move on to the C question. You can see there's a little asterisk by the C there. That shows that grammar and spelling, basically spag marks, play a part in the grade that you'll get for that particular question. Very important to remember good grammar for C questions, good punctuation for C questions, good spelling. Okay, let's have a little look. You've been given 30 lines to write an answer. That can, I think, be a little intimidating when you open up the booklet. I'm thinking, oh, I can't think of what to write, you know. I can't fill all of that space. You don't need to. Let's look at the mark scheme. Okay, to get a top answer, 7 or 8, you need to show a clear understanding of the issue, which can be by using 4 brief reasons. I'm going to show you what 4 brief reasons look like. Also, you can see underneath there that you need few spelling errors. Okay, explain why morality, sila, is important for Buddhists. Sila is important for Buddhists for a number of reasons. Actually, I'm not going to read through all of this. I'm just going to show you the structure. If you want to have a look at it, you know, please just pause the video and read through it. But you've got an opening sentence, you've got firstly, secondly, thirdly, and finally. They all use keywords. There are no spelling errors. I've put a full stop at the end of every sentence. I've used commas correctly. So it's a clear understanding of the issue. 8 out of 8. I don't see any way that that could be marked down. So let's move on to the D question. You have 13 lines to state your opinion, what you think about the particular statement that you've been presented with, and 13 lines to write why somebody would disagree with you. What you actually need to do is give 3 reasons on both sides. 3 brief reasons, which can look like this. So lay people are essential to the Sangha. Actually, again, I'm not going to read through all of this answer. If you want to, just pause the video. What I want to do is draw your attention to the structure. Okay, I agree with this statement because that's a good opening statement. Okay, or I disagree with this statement because, and say why. Also, in addition, that gives you 3 brief reasons very clearly for the examiner. The person marking your work can see, oh yeah, that's quite clearly 3 brief reasons, so I've got to give them full marks for that. Some people might disagree with me because that is what I would encourage you to write for the second part of the D question. Also, in addition, yeah, that's the structure you need to use. Now, also on this page, I want to draw your attention to this little phrase, relevance today. It is almost certain to pop up. I'll put money on it coming up in probably both of your exams, but definitely the Buddhism exam. So in this instance, from the 2010 exam, the 4 Noble Truths have no relevance today. Basically, you know, obviously the 4 Noble Truths were given something taught by the Buddha a very long time ago, so the question is asking, does it still apply today? Yes or no? So it's saying that it doesn't apply today. That's what the statement is saying. So I agree with the statement because they were given over 2,000 years ago. But you don't really need to know very much about the 4 Noble Truths in order to come out with something like that. Also, there are odds with today's materialistic society. In addition, the 4 Noble Truths tell Buddhists how to achieve Nibbana. This has no relevance to non-Buddhists. Those things you can say to, you know, if it was asking the Dhammapada has no relevance today. If that was the statement, you could make exactly the same points. 3 brief reasons, 3 out of 3. Some people might disagree with me because people still suffer and the 4 Noble Truths show the cause of suffering. Also, the 4 Noble Truths provide a means for overcoming suffering which Buddhists have found useful for over 2,000 years. Yeah, I mean, Buddhism is still alive as a religion. In addition, there are between 350 and 500 million Buddhists in the world today. The 4 Noble Truths is the central teaching of their religion. Yeah, so Buddhists are going to disagree with you, right? That just takes common sense, not in-depth knowledge. You can do this. You really can. Now that is the end of part 1. Please, please, please go on and watch part 2 now.